Let's be real. AI isn't some far-off future concept. It's already here, and it's changing everything. As it reshapes how we work, it's asking for a whole new kind of leadership. It's way less about just managing tasks and way more about guiding people. So let's dive in and see what that actually looks like.
You know, this huge tech shift we're in, it's also a deeply, deeply human one. The moment you bring AI into an organization, it stirs up this potent mix of feelings. You've got excitement, for sure, but also a lot of uncertainty, maybe even fear. It really hits us on every level, emotionally, mentally, the whole 9 yards. So that brings us to the big question, right? How do we actually lead people through this incredibly complex new world? How do we navigate all these powerful emotions to create a future of work that's, well, better? This explainer is going to give you a super clear framework for doing exactly that.
Okay, so the main challenge here isn't just about rolling out new software. The real work is in understanding and guiding the human response to it. When people's daily routines get turned upside down and their roles start to change, you've got to manage all those emotional currents that come along for the ride. And for that journey, we have two amazing guides. First up is emotional intelligence. That's the skill set we absolutely need to navigate our inner world and the world around us. And the second is a role, the Chief Happiness Officer, who's basically a facilitator, guiding teams through all this change with real care and purpose. All right, let's get practical and build our toolkit. We're going to walk through 4 essential emotional intelligence skills, and you'll see how each one connects directly to a pillar of happiness and a specific source of our personal energy. It all fits together beautifully. Everything, and I mean everything, starts right here. Self-awareness. This is the bedrock. It's really just about knowing what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, especially when you're facing something as massive and game-changing as AI. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. This skill of just recognizing our emotions, it directly props up the plus being pillar of happiness, our own internal awareness. When we get why we're reacting a certain way, whether it's with excitement or resistance, we can manage our emotional and spiritual energy so much better. It gives us this incredible clarity. Next up, focus. Let's face it, learning to use these powerful new AI tools takes some serious, clear-headed attention. In a world that's basically designed to distract us, being able to truly focus is a genuine superpower. And this perfectly shows the link between focus and discipline. When we concentrate, we're building new habits, we're mastering these complex new tools. That strengthens the plus discipline pillar of happiness. And this is key. It fuels our mental energy. It lets us learn and adapt without just feeling totally burnt out. Our third skill is emotional balance. And let's be honest, AI can be pretty scary. It brings up all these fears about job security, about our own relevance. The trick here isn't to pretend that fear doesn't exist, but to learn how to manage it. So yeah, the key word is regulating, not denying. When we learn to calm ourselves down, to stay grounded, we keep our emotional energy stable. That's what creates the positive headspace we need for real collaboration and creativity to flourish, even when everything feels up in the air. And that leads us to our final skill, which might just be the most important one in this new AI economy, adaptability. We have no idea what the future will look like. Not really, but we know for sure it's going to be different. Adaptability is all about learning to thrive in that uncertainty. And notice how it connects to the plus we pillar of happiness, because adapting isn't a solo sport. We do it best when we do it together. That shared journey is what fuels our spiritual energy. It gives us a real collective sense of purpose. Okay, so once we have these skills in our back pocket, we can start to see where our true, lasting value really is. Let's talk about the incredible advantages that we as humans bring to the table, the stuff that AI just can't touch. Honestly, this says it all. An AI can process a mountain of data. It can even mimic how we think. But what it can't do is feel genuine empathy or care. That ability to truly connect with what someone else is going through, that remains our unique human advantage, especially when you're trying to lead people through a time of change. And it goes beyond just one-on-one empathy. There's this bigger scale, organizational awareness. Think of it as being able to read the room, but for the entire company. It's about understanding who has influence, where the resistance is, and how decisions really get made. This is so vital for bringing in AI in a way that makes people feel like they're part of it, not just that it's happening to them. Okay, Now let's pull all these threads together with a simple but really powerful model I like to call the energy compass. Think of it as your guide for managing the 4 key energies that really dictate our well-being and our performance at work.
Just look at how clear this makes things. We need physical energy to avoid that constant digital burnout. We need mental energy so we can learn all these new tools without our brains exploding. We need emotional energy to feel confident working with AI, not scared of it. And maybe most importantly, we need spiritual energy, that sense of purpose to always remember that technology is supposed to serve us, not the other way around.
So where does all this lead? What's the point? Well, it leads to a future where we use AI not just to be more productive, but as a chance to build a better, more human-focused way of working.
And this right here is the ultimate takeaway. The future isn't going to be dominated by AI itself. It's going to be led by the people who know how to use it, with energy, with awareness, and with emotional intelligence. They are the ones who will thrive.
In the end, this is the real goal. If we lead with empathy, with self-awareness, and with a focus on our collective energy, we can use this incredible technological revolution to make our work more sustainable, more meaningful, and ultimately more human.